Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to the second session of the grammar class. In the previous session, we discussed about the relevance of grammar in language. We came to know that grammar is not the blood of a language. That means even without grammar, communication is possible. But for the meaningful communication, grammar is required. Today, we are going to look at three basic concepts of grammar: letter, word, and sentence. Hope you will enjoy this video. We begin with the letter. Letter is a symbol in an alphabet. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. Alphabet means a set of letters. My dear friends, some of you may think that English language has 26 alphabets, but English language has only one alphabet, and in the alphabet there are 26 letters. I hope it is clear to you. English language has only one alphabet, and that alphabet has 26 letters in it. Okay, letters like A, B, Z, D, like that. These are the letters as we know that, and there are 26 letters in English alphabet. Now we move to the second idea, that is word. Word is a group of letters that are written in a certain order, and it has a meaning. Word is a group of letters. Letters, we already discussed about letters, and the combination of certain letters in certain order, the combination of certain letters in certain order makes a word. Okay, and it should have a meaning also. Example: aim, bat, mother. You see, these are some of the words, and these words are the combination of letters, and that letters are in a particular order. A particular order should have been in the word, because meaning is important, meaning is necessary. Aim, A is a letter, I is a letter, M is a letter. Okay, in another word, bat, B is a letter, A is a letter, T is a letter. But these are different letters, and they are joined in a particular way so that we get a particular meaning. That is word. Word is a group of letters that are written in a certain order, and it has a meaning. And an additional information about the word: certain words can be made by joining two words. Such words are called compound words. For example, football. Football is a combination of two words, foot plus ball. Food is an individual word and ball is another individual word. When they come together, it becomes football. Again, ice cream. Ice is an individual word and cream is another individual word. When they come together, it becomes ice cream. So this is how the compound words are made. Compound words are actually the joining of two or more independent words, like football, in which food is an individual word and ball is another individual word. Ice cream, in ice is an individual word and cream is another individual word. So dear students, I request you to list out a bunch of compound words which we use in our daily language. Okay, now we move to the next concept, that is the sentence. A sentence is a group of words which are arranged in a particular order. A sentence is a group of words which are arranged in a particular order. Words, we already discussed about letter and words. Letter is a symbol in the language. When letters come together, it becomes words, and when words come together, it becomes sentence. But there is a condition in that: simply the joining of the words will not make any sentences. There should be a particular order in words. Okay, the words should be arranged in a particular order. Why we need to arrange the words in a particular order? Because in order to convey a complete sense and clear meaning. Simply the joining of the words will not create any sentences. There is a condition in that a particular order should be followed in the arrangement of words. So some of the additional information I can give you regarding this sentence. A sentence always begin with a capital letter. So whenever you write a sentence, it should start with a capital letter, and the words used in a sentence must be in a proper order. Very, very important point. The words that we write in a sentence should be in a particular order. Okay, later we will come to know what is the order that we need to follow in English language. And punctuation marks, that is full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark, must be used at the end of a sentence accordingly. Now, there are certain sentences given here. Look at this example: Rama ball playing is with. Okay, children food, full stop is there, eat yesterday. How you are, full stop. What, comma, a difficult it is task, full stop. Can you say, are they sentences? Okay, so remember about the definition of sentence. Sentence is a group of words in a particular order. Okay, Rama ball playing is with. This is a group of words. Of course, is a group of words, but these words are not in the defined order that we need in English language. Rama ball playing is with. These are a group of words actually, but there is no a particular order, and improper use of punctuation marks also there, and therefore there is no sense at all. So there is no order and there is no proper use of punctuation marks. So conclusion is that there is no sense at all. Then what is the basic order that we need to follow in English language? That is a question. What is a basic order in order to create a meaningful sentence? This is a basic order of a sentence in English language. Subject plus predicate. Predicate is a combination of verb and object. So it is together we can say SVO. Subject plus predicate. Okay, predicate is a combination of verb and object. We can say that SVO. Subject, verb and object. So that is the order of a sentence in English language. Some of the examples given here, we can go through them. We play music. They eat dinner. Mary, Zoe, Manu, I read a book. They are going to Kerala. So these are the example. You see here, one by one we can take how they are combined. We is a subject and play is a verb and music is an object. So play, music, they together we can say they are predicate, part of predicate. We is a subject, so subject plus predicate. They eat dinner. They is a subject, eat dinner is part of predicate. Mary is subject, so Manu is a part of predicate. I is a subject, read a book is part of predicate, and they is a subject, are going to Kerala is part of predicate. That is a structure of English language. SVO, subject plus verb plus object, or else we can say subject plus predicate. And what is the order of sentence in Hindi language, in your mother tongue? Subject plus object plus verb. It is called SOV. SOV, subject plus object plus verb. So for example, मैंने एक आम खाया था. Take this example, मैंने एक आम खाया था. Here मैंने is subject, as we know that एक आम, that is object. Okay, एक आम is object and khaya da, that is part of verb. So there is a slight difference between English sentence and your mother tongue sentence. Slight difference. There is a positional change. Okay, in the place of verb, in English, you place it object, and in the place of object in English, you place verb. So SVO and SOV. Many people find English language is a difficult one because in our mind our mother tongue or sentence order is there, so that is not that much easy to replace our mother tongue sentence order with another language sentence order. Okay, that may be the reason. I think that's why many people think English language construction is very difficult, but there is no that much difficulty in it. Just an observation is needed. SVO is a sentence structure in English, and SOV is a sentence structure in Hindi. SVO means subject plus verb plus object, whereas in Hindi it is in SOV, subject plus object plus verb. Now we can go in detail regarding the concept of subject and predicate. First of all, subject. Subject is the part of a sentence that does the action or about which something is said. Subject is maybe a person who does the action or about which something is said. Okay, it may be the subject. And what is predicate? Predicate tells something about the subject. Predicate tells something about the subject. Already we discussed about the predicate, that the predicate is a combination of verb and object. So apart from the subject, what remains in the sentence is called a predicate. Predicate is something about the subject, whereas subject is the person or the thing that does an action. Okay, look at the example given here. Subject, this shop opens at 10 o'clock. Here subject is this shop. Okay, this shop is a subject, and what is left in the sentence? Opens at 10 o'clock. Okay, the entire part is together known as predicate. We cannot hear their voice. Here we is a subject that does the action, okay, and cannot hear their voice. That is part of predicate. That is part of predicate. Then the beauty of the village catches my attention. The beauty of the village is a subject. The beauty of the village is a subject, catches my attention. That means verb and the rest of the thing is together known as predicate. Catches my attention, that's part of predicate. Subject or predicate may have only one word or a group of word, okay, group of words. Subject or predicate may have only one word or a group of words. You see the first in the first example, this shop, this shop is a subject, but it is not a single word, it is a collection of two words. This is a word, shop is another word. So this shop, pointing a particular shop, it is a collection of two words. And like the predicate is there are a group of words in the predicate, opens at 10 o'clock. It's a group of words. And we, the second example, we is a single word only, we, and but in the side of predicate there are a group of words. And again the third example, the beauty of the village. This is a subject, but there are a group of words. Like that in the predicate, catches my attention, there are a group of words. So I hope you understand what you mean by the subject and predicate. Now look at the sentences and separate the subject and predicate from them. There are 10 questions are given here. I will do the first 3 for you. The rest of the things I hope you can do them by yourself. First of all, these students are very intelligent. The peacock is a colorful bird. All the students sang the national anthem. These students are very intelligent. These students, as we told earlier, these student is a part of subject, and it is a collection of two words. These students, okay, these and students. So that is subject, and are very intelligent. Are very intelligent is part of predicate, is also a group of words. Second one, the peacock is a colorful bird. Here the peacock is a subject, and from is a colorful bird. Is a colorful bird is a part of predicate. And the third one, all the students sang the national anthem. All the students sang the national anthem. Here all the students is a part of subject, and sang the national anthem is part of predicate. In the first 3 examples, subject and predicate both contain a group of words. Okay, so I hope the rest of the questions you can do by yourself. So we will meet in the next session. Thank you so much.